Welcome guys once again, and today we'll see TestNg introduction and we'll see why TestNg. Fine, let's go ahead. So TestNg, you can see that I have given some small notes. So TestNg is an automation testing framework in which NG stands for next generation. This is all theory part, so no need to worry. We'll see practical as well. So this course is more about practical and less theory, but once I'll explain the practical, so theory will be nothing for you, right? Then TestNg is a testing framework inspired from JUnit and NUnit, but introducing some new functionality that make it more powerful and easier to use, such as, so these are the things. So simple TestNg, you can say that is a testing framework. It is inspired from JUnit and NUnit. JUnit is a framework which is written in Java. NUnit is another framework which is written in .NET. For .NET you can say that. So JUnit is for Java and NUnit for .NET. So in both framework some feature will be there, right? So from both framework they have combined these features and they have made one strong framework that is nothing but TestNg. So now you can imagine how much powerful this will be, because this has both feature which is present inside JUnit as well as in NUnit. Okay, so this is why people are preferring TestNg, because these both features will be available into the TestNg. Now we'll see what and all functionality. So annotation, yes, it has the annotation which is very easy to understand, other than JUnit and NUnit. In JUnit also we have annotation, but now in TestNg we have more readability. Like you will be able to very easily able to understand what this annotation will mean, right? We'll see further. Then you can test that your code is multi-thread safe or parallel run. So by TestNg you can run parallel two tests at a time. Okay, means parallel run we can achieve. Flexible test configuration means you can configure your test with TestNg very easily. Okay, we'll see that also. Support for data driven testing by using data provider which is available in TestNg, we will be able to achieve parameterization also. Powerful execution mode. Okay, so now no need to test shoot. We can run in a group, we can run in a batch, we can run depends on method. So multiple way we can run by using TestNg. Okay, and there is no any main method required to run TestNg. So that also we'll see. Then supported by variety of tools and plugins like Eclipse IDE, Maven, etc. Okay. Default JDK functions for runtime and login. No dependency you have to add for Java or JDK, you can say that. Okay. By default, just you have to add dependency for TestNg and it will be compatible and you can use it. Then depends method for application server testing. Okay. So there are multiple benefits of using TestNg apart from this also, so those part also we'll see. Okay, now you might have the question, so here first let's complete this, then we'll go why TestNg. So TestNg is designed to cover all the category of tests like unit testing, functional end-to-end integration, means all kind of testing we can perform using TestNg. Now it is no longer unit testing framework. Like JUnit is unit testing framework, NUnit is unit testing framework. Okay, so JUnit is for Java, NUnit for .NET. But in TestNg they have combined both and they have made very powerful tool, or you can say the framework, okay, which can able to do unit testing, functional testing, end-to-end and integration testing, right? Using TestNg you can generate a proper report, that is very important, and you can easily come to know how many test cases passed, fail and skip. That also we'll see practically. One of the most important feature of TestNg is you can execute failed test cases separately. Suppose you have executed 1000 test cases and 100 got failed because of server issue or that time internet connection might be low. So if you want to run only those 100 test cases, yes, TestNg provide that feature. You can run only that selected 100 test cases once again and you can have the report for that. Okay, so we'll see that part also. Now we'll come to the point why only TestNg. First, why TestNg with Selenium, right? Selenium is not enough that we are using TestNg. right? That is the question it will come into your mind, right? So as of now you have used Selenium, so you have not seen any kinds of reporting. You are executing test and you are getting console report, that's all, result, that's all, no report, nothing, right? So you want to report, because if you are running automation suite, so for proof you have to explain, or you have to give it to somebody like your manager, your leads, right? You might have to share the result or test result with the client as well. So that time you have to show, okay, these are the test cases which I have executed and these many got pass, fail or skip. So by default Selenium does not provide that. So you need some tool by which you can get that, right? So in that case we use TestNg, and yes, we can have a proper format for result, or execution, where we can track everything, how many test cases got passed, fail and skip. So that is the most important feature. Not only that, by using TestNg we can achieve many things. So few are listed down, like generate report in a proper format including number of test runs, number of test case pass, fail, skip, etc. Again, another point is multiple test cases can be grouped more easily by converting them into testng.xml. Practically, we'll see how it will be done, but theoretical, I'll just explain. Suppose if you have 1000 test cases, you can group that test cases in different group like sanity, regression, so that in future if you have to run the test cases, I want to run only sanity, yes, it is possible. If you want to run only regression, yes, that is also possible. So grouping is the most important feature which is available into TestNg. That also we'll see with proper practical example. Then same test cases can be executed multiple times. So in Java, if you want to execute same test cases multiple times, you might have to use some loops like for loop, for each loop, while loop, right? But in TestNg, we don't have to use any loop. You just have to use annotation called invocation count, and you can give the count number, how many times you want to run, and yes, you can run that n number of times. See how easy it is by using framework, right? Then there are so many things, like you can run in multiple browser, and you can integrate easily with Maven, Jenkins, etc. And annotation used in testing are very easy to understand, like before method. This annotation itself saying before method means if you have test method, before every test method, whatever you will write here, it will execute. After method means if you have n number of test method, after every test method, yes, this is going to execute. Before test, if you have n number of tests, before every test it is going to execute. Then after test. So annotation is so easy that you will be easily able to understand what this annotation will do, right? So that is the most popular feature. Now, WebDriver has no native mechanism for generating reports, and TestNg can generate the reports. That is what we have discussed earlier. So TestNg we are using so that we can see a proper result format or proper report for the executions, and apart from that we can do a lot more that we'll see in upcoming lecture or session, right? So now let's quickly see what we have done. So advantage of TestNg over JUnit. Okay, so JUnit is also there, but why we need TestNg? So as compared to JUnit, annotations are very easier to understand. Test cases can be grouped more easily based on sanity, regression and smoke. Then parallel testing is a possible. Okay, you can do parallel testing also. Okay, so annotation in TestNg are line of code that can be controlled how the method below them will be executed. So anyhow, we are going to study annotation in a deeply we'll see what are the different kind of annotation, what are the different annotation available into the TestNg, and we'll discuss all those together. So that's all about the introduction about the TestNg. Now let's go and do the setup, and then we'll try create a simple TestNg project and a framework, and we'll try exploring that. So hope you enjoy this video. So see you in the next. Thank you for watching.